In a move that sent shockwaves through the Pentagon and beyond, the military community was left reeling. President Donald J. Trump abruptly fired General Charles Q. Brown Jr. from his position as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on February 22, 2025. The decision was unexpected and has sparked widespread debate. The news, delivered with characteristic bluntness via the president's Truth Social platform, cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for Brown's dismissal. This announcement has raised many questions about the future direction of U.S. military policy. Trump wasted no time in naming his replacement, tapping retired Lieutenant General Dan Caine for the critical role. Caine, known for his strategic acumen, is expected to bring a new perspective to the position. The move represents a significant shakeup in the upper echelons of the U.S. military, coming amidst heightened global tensions and an ongoing reassessment of American military posture under the Trump administration. This decision could have far-reaching implications for U.S. military strategy. General Brown's removal marks the end of his relatively short, 16-month tenure as the nation's highest-ranking military officer. His leadership was marked by efforts to modernize the military and address emerging threats. He leaves behind a legacy complicated by the ongoing war in Ukraine and a rapidly evolving security landscape in the Middle East. The challenges he faced were numerous and complex, reflecting the turbulent times in which he served. General Brown's appointment in 2023 was historic, marking only the second time a black officer ascended to the position of chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. This milestone was a significant moment in the history of the U.S. military, reflecting a broader push towards diversity and inclusion at the highest levels of command. His distinguished career spanned decades, encompassing key command roles and culminating in his time as the Air Force Chief of Staff. Throughout his service, he was known for his unwavering dedication and commitment to the principles of leadership and integrity. Known for his strategic thinking and steady hand, Brown earned respect across the political spectrum and among the rank and file. His ability to navigate complex political landscapes and maintain focus on the mission was widely acknowledged. However, his tenure as chairman was marked by increasing friction with the Trump administration, particularly with Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. These tensions were often rooted in differing visions for the future of the military. Sources within the Pentagon suggest that Brown's support for diversity and inclusion initiatives within the military, as well as his more cautious approach to escalating military involvement in Ukraine, put him at odds with the administration's priorities. His stance on these issues was seen as a necessary balance to more aggressive policies. The president's decision to remove him, while sudden, was not entirely unexpected given the simmering tensions. This abrupt end to his tenure left many wondering about the future direction of military leadership and the impact of his departure on ongoing initiatives. While the official statement from the White House cited irreconcilable differences, the reasons behind General Brown's dismissal run deeper. Trump, known for his preference for military leaders who closely align with his worldview, reportedly chafed at Brown's more measured approach to military matters. The president has been vocal in his criticism of what he perceives as woke policies within the military, particularly regarding diversity and inclusion programs. Brown, while navigating these political crosscurrents, maintained his commitment to upholding the values of the armed forces. He argued that a diverse and inclusive military is a stronger military, better equipped to face the challenges of the 21st century. This stance, while applauded by many, put him on a collision course with an administration increasingly focused on reasserting a more traditional vision of American military might. Lieutenant General Dan Caine, the retired officer tapped to replace Brown, cuts a starkly different figure. A decorated combat pilot with extensive experience in special operations, Caine is seen as a more hawkish figure, aligned with Trump's vision of a more assertive and less restrained American military presence on the world stage. His resume boasts an impressive array of assignments, including stints at the CIA and the Pentagon's Special Access Program Central Office. Caine's nomination, however, is not without controversy. His lack of experience at the four-star level, a traditional prerequisite for the chairman position, has raised eyebrows among some defense experts. Furthermore, Caine's hawkish reputation and close ties to the Trump administration raise concerns about potential politicization of the military and the potential for escalating military engagements abroad. General Brown's firing is not an isolated incident. It represents the latest in a string of high-profile dismissals and forced retirements within the military since Trump's return to office. Chief of Naval Operations Lisa Franchetti, the first woman to hold that position, was also abruptly dismissed. Admiral James W. Kilby, a Trump loyalist, was swiftly installed as acting Chief of Naval Operations. These personnel changes extend beyond the highest ranks. The Judge Advocates General for the Army, Navy, and Air Force were all replaced, raising concerns about the administration's commitment to the military justice system. 5,400 probationary civilian workers within the Department of Defense were let go, and a hiring freeze was implemented, signaling a major shift in Pentagon staffing priorities. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, a staunch Trump ally and architect of the administration's military shakeup, defended the decision to replace Brown with a new leader. In a statement, Hegseth praised Caine as a warrior and a patriot who embodies the warfighter ethos and spirit. He went on to say that Caine is the leader we need to meet this moment, to restore American strength and dominance on the world stage. Hegseth's words, echoing the president's own rhetoric, offer a glimpse into the administration's vision for the military, a leaner, more agile force, unshackled from what they perceive as the constraints of political correctness and focused on projecting American power abroad. Whether this vision aligns with the realities of a complex and interconnected world remains to be seen, as challenges continue to evolve. The dismissal of General Brown, a seasoned and respected leader within the military, and the appointment of Lieutenant General Caine, a figure seen as more aligned with the administration's vision, signal a new chapter in the tumultuous relationship between the Trump administration and the Pentagon. This shift marks a significant change in the dynamics of military leadership. These personnel changes, coupled with other recent policy shifts, have created a ripple effect throughout the ranks, painting a picture of an administration intent on remolding the military in its own image. The implications of these changes are far-reaching and complex. The proposed 8% cut to the defense budget over the next 5 years, a move that has sparked intense debate, while championed as a streamlining measure, has raised concerns among military officials and analysts alike about potential impacts on readiness and modernization. The ability to maintain a state of preparedness is now under scrutiny. The administration's efforts to reverse diversity and inclusion programs within the military, initiatives that have been in place for years, despite a federal judge blocking Trump's executive order on the matter, have further fueled anxieties within the ranks. The future of these programs remains uncertain. These changes have created a sense of unease and uncertainty among military personnel who are concerned about the direction in which the military is heading. The appointment of Alice Johnson, a recipient of a Trump pardon as pardon czar, has raised questions about the administration's respect for the military justice system. This move has been met with skepticism and concern. The ending of temporary protected status for 500,000 Haitians has also drawn criticism, with many questioning the humanitarian implications of this decision and its potential ramifications for recruitment and morale within the armed forces. The impact on the military's ability to attract and retain talent is a growing concern. The Pentagon today is a place of uncertainty, with many wondering what the future holds. The consequences of these sweeping changes, both on military policy and morale, are still unfolding. The long-term effects remain to be seen. What is clear is that the Trump administration's vision for the American military is one of unyielding strength, unwavering loyalty, and unflinching pursuit of national interest as defined by the president himself. This vision, while clear, has sparked debate and concern among those who serve and those who lead. The question remains, at what cost? The answers to this question will shape the future of the American military for years to come.